Calicut University's entrance tips. So guys, our today's video is going to be a question paper discussion of previous year's MCom entrance for Calicut University. So shall we begin? Okay guys, so we'll be discussing the MCom entrance question paper. The first question, who is father of Social System School of Management? So the question is Social System School of Management. So what is Social System School of Management? In this approach, the entire organization is treated as a social system and the people in this organization is treated as various groups. So this is the approach of the Social System School of Management. Now, who is the father of this approach? So now we will go through the options. So the first one is F.W. Taylor, second Henry Fayol, C. Chester Bernard, and D. Peter Drucker. We know that F.W. Taylor is a father of scientific management. So he is a father of scientific management. And for Henry Fayol, he is the father of modern management. Now Peter Drucker, as you all know, he is the father of management thinking. Okay, he is the father of management thinking. Now the only option left is Chester Bernard, right? So the answer for this question is Chester Bernard. So who is the father of Social System School of Management? It is Chester Bernard. Now the second question. Among the following, which is not a feature of MBO? Okay, mark the question. Not a feature of MBO. So what is MBO? MBO is management by objective. The term was coined by Mr. Peter Drucker. So it is actually a process in which a manager and an employee agree on specific performance goals and then they develop a plan to reach them. So now we'll go through the options. So the first one is participates the concerned managers in objective setting and performance reviews. So there is a participation. Now the second option is reviews performance periodically. Okay, so there is a periodical performance reviews. And now the third option is top management dictates objectives. So what happens here? Top management is dictating the objective. Now the fourth option is establishes a shared sense of vision. So there is a sense of sharing. So these are the four options and which of the following is not a feature of MBO? So not a feature of MBO. So what is the answer? The answer is C. Top management dictates objectives. Because here what happens is that there is a sense of like a connection. Okay, so there is a participation included. Here the option which is excluded is top management dictates objectives. Okay. Now we'll go to the third question. What is a function of planning? Among the four options, one of them is a function of planning. So we need to identify that. What is planning? Planning is basically bridging the gap between where we are and where we want to be. So that is what planning is. Now let's check the options. The first one, setting planning premises. B, comparing actual with standards. C, developing organizational structure. And D, training. So as you all know, setting planning premises is a function of planning. Now be comparing actual with standards. It is basically connected with what? Actual with standard is connected with controlling. Now the third option, developing organizational structure. It is concerned with organizing. And the fourth one, training, is related to staffing. So now you guys know what is the answer for this question. So the answer is A, setting planning premises. Now let's move to the fourth question. So the fourth question is, the sum of powers and rights allowed to make possible the performance of the work delegated is known as options responsibility, B, authority, C, accountability, and D, dignity. So the answer for the fourth question is authority. Actually, this term is coined by Lewis Allen. Now we'll discuss the other options. So the first one is responsibility. See, responsibility means we are answerable or accountable for our own action. So that is responsibility. Now accountability means it is the obligation to account and answer for the execution of responsibilities to those who are entrusted with these responsibilities. So that is the fourth question. Now the fifth question. So here ISO standard 19 relates to which field? So here we are given four fields: testing, electronics, agriculture, and information technology. One of this is related to ISO standard 19. So we have to find out which is the answer. So the answer for this question is A, testing. So testing is related to ISO standard 19. So now we will go for agriculture. So agriculture, it is ISO 65. Electronics, it is ISO 31 and information technology it is ISO 35. Now let's move on to the sixth question. So here in accounting, the amount paid to buy a computer for office use is treated as dash. So the four options are capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure and miscellaneous expenditure. As you all know, the answer is A, capital expenditure. See, capital expenditure is the expenditure made on physical assets or fixed assets, okay, which lasts for a long period of time. So what is revenue expenditure? See, revenue expenditure is when you are making an expenditure for less than 1 year. Now for deferred revenue expenditure, the expenditure is made on this current accounting year, but the benefit will last for several years. Now, the miscellaneous expenditure, fourth option is miscellaneous expenditure. So here, small transactions that do not fit within the ledger specified accounts, such expenditures are categorized as miscellaneous expenditure. So now, let's move on to the seventh question. So here, the question is, the discount usually allowed by the wholesaler to the retailer computed on the list price or invoice price is called options: cash discount, trade discount, quantity discount and sundry discount. So the answer for this question is trade discount. So the answer is trade discount. So in case of cash discount, what happens is that cash discount is allowed as an incentive for paying bills before the scheduled due date. So now when it comes to quantity discount, incentive offered to a buyer that results in a decreased cost per unit of goods or material when purchased in greater numbers. So now let's move on to the eighth question. Goodwill account is a dash. As you all know, there are mainly three types of account. So first one is real account, personal account and nominal account. What is a personal account? So personal account is basically related to individuals. It is related to individuals. Personal account, individuals. And now when it comes to nominal account, it is mainly for income, expense, gains, etc. Okay. So when it comes to real account, it is related with property, assets or possessions, which can be either tangible or intangible. Okay. Now goodwill is a real account, right? So goodwill is a real account. Now we'll move to the next question. So the next question is question 9. So INDAS 24 deals with, accounting standard 24 deals with which among the following? So the options are PPE, property, plant and equipment, operating segments, RPD, related party disclosures and D, leases. So the answer for this question is C, related party disclosure. Okay. So now for option A, property, plant and equipment, it is related with the IAS 16. IAS 16. Now when it comes to operating segments, it is IFRS 8. Now leases, IFRS 16. Accounting standard 24 deals with RPD, related party disclosure, PPE, IAS 16, operating segments, IFRS 8 and leases, IFRS 16. So now we are moving to the last question. X promises to help Y in smuggling goods if Y pays him rupees 5,100. This is not a valid agreement. So we need to find out why this agreement is not valid. X is promising to help Y in smuggling goods and it is not considered as a valid agreement. Why? Because we have four options. First one, the agreement is illegal by law. Second one, no consideration. Third one, no intention to create legal relationship. And fourth one, no lawful object. So the answer for this question is D, no lawful object. So this is mentioned in the section 23rd. So the answer for this question is no lawful object. Now 12th question. A, knowing that B has committed bank robbery, obtain a promise from B for transferring his flat worth rupees 5 lakh to A for rupees 2 lakh. This agreement is void and we need to find out why. So the answer for this question is also no lawful object as it is also stated in the section 23rd of Contract Act. That's all for today's question paper discussion. Thank you.